Alright guys, today I'm going to be going over all of the Dragon Ball figures that I need to animate the Raging Blast intro. I would say that Budokai 3 and DBZ Kakarot are probably kind of tied interchangeably for my favorite Dragon Ball game ever. And then Raging Blast would probably be number 2, you know? Although the Budokai 3 intro is my favorite intro, Raging Blast, the intro for that is, I think, pretty cool too. The first thing I would need, of course, is base form Goku. This is how the intro starts, right? And I do have the DF Martialist Forever already, so I could use that. But for a lot of these figures, even though I have something that I can use, I'm still kind of torn between various options, things that could potentially be better than what I currently have, you know? I could decide to use these, or I could change my mind about certain things, or use different accessories and stuff like that. So for this Goku, the first option we have here is the Martialist Forever, which I do have, of course. And this is, of course, my favorite, Cell Saga, Buu Saga Goku body currently. But the head sculpts aren't, great, you know? They're good enough for, kind of a generic kind of thing, but they're not super spot on or breathtaking or anything, you know. So I don't know, I might think about combining that body with the kind-hearted Saiyan head sculpt. I know, of course, the head sculpt for that is probably going to have the same peg system as Games Begin Goku, where it plugs into the back of the head sculpt instead of the straight up into the top part or whatever. So whether that can work with sticky tack or something, I don't know, I'd have to see, but I think that combination might be pretty solid for me. Although I will say that the skin tone of the kind-hearted Saiyan does seem to be kind of possibly slightly darker than this skin tone would be, but I wouldn't know for sure unless I see a comparison or something, because, you know, figure skin tones can look different depending on the camera, the lighting, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think this head sculpt on this body might be my personal go-to Cell Saga, Buu Saga Goku. And a third option would be to just use the kind-hearted Saiyan Goku itself, right? Now, I like how this I like the profile of this body, let's say that. I like the profile of this body, right? But of course, you guys know I don't like those hip flaps, and of course it's probably gonna have the same gaps as Games Begin Goku as well. So that is what kind of holds me back from using this body, because I would rather have the base form Goku, and as you'll see later, Super Saiyan Goku and stuff, have the same body. But if I were to use this and then use a Martialist Forever Return from Beyond as the Super Saiyan body, then it would be kind of weird how the body style changed. So I'd rather have the consistency. So I don't know. And there's currently not this wouldn't work for even Games Begin Goku. There's currently no Super Saiyan 2 version of that, or Super Saiyan 2 head sculpts for that Goku, you know, that wouldn't need sticky tack and stuff. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn about that. But as far as base form Goku goes, I do have the Martialist Forever, which I could use, but I'm considering whether to implement kind-hearted Saiyan instead, or in conjunction with it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Next we have Teen Gohan. So I do have, of course, the 3.0 Teen Gohan, which I could use for this, but I do not really like those face sculpts very much. I mean, I think the teeth gritted and the yelling face sculpts are not horrendous or anything, but I really don't like this one, you know. So I feel just the general style of the face sculpts is not something I really would like to use if I can find something better. So I think another option would be to use the Super Saiyan 2 Air HM Gohan face sculpts on this body with this hair, you know, to basically, you know, get the more serious expressions, but with the Super Saiyan 1 hair instead of Super Saiyan 2 hair. And then and I have these pre-ordered from 5K Toys. I haven't heard anything else about a second payment yet, so yeah. As far as the third option goes, we have the Super Saiyan Air Gohan hair sculpt, right, paired with the Super Saiyan 2 face sculpts on the 3.0 Teen Gohan body, okay? I think that would probably be the best option, because this hair sculpt, of course, to me looks better than this hair sculpt does. So I think this would be the winning combination, basically. And whether I'll get this or not remains to be seen. We have to see. But I do have these ones pre-ordered. So if 5K Toys, you know, follows through on that and everything, I should be getting these ones for sure, okay? As for Perfect Cell, I currently have the Dragon Stars, of course, right? But I would rather use an actual like SH Figuart style figure if I can. So in that case, I would actually personally want to use the Tonson Cell because like probably over a year ago now, I don't know, quite a while ago, it was revealed or at least hinted at that Tonson Art Toys is making their own Perfect Cell, right? Just this kind of like blurred out pixelated image here. And I know a lot of people are excited about the KW Studio cell. You know, the renders look pretty good. In my opinion, KW Studio doesn't usually do like a stunning job with the face sculpts. Like they look good enough, but they're not like Tonson level. And I can see like a lot of people possibly, you know, getting the KW cell, and then when the Tonson's released, they're like, oh man, I gotta sell my KW. Like how the Kong Studios Broly and the ZT Broly, people are like, oh, I sold my Kong one and got the ZT, that kind of stuff. I can see people doing that, like basically being like, oh, I'm gonna sell my KW cell and get the Tonson one or whatever, you know. And I'm basically playing 4D chess. I'm thinking like 20 steps ahead, you know. Instead of like buying the KW one and then wanting the Tonson one instead, I'm just gonna wait to see if Tonson makes theirs. And if they do, I think that will probably be like my personal definitive perfect cell, because I think Tonson is much more likely than KW to deliver the like artistic quality or the artistic standard that I would prefer to have for my animation and stuff. So I'm willing to wait and see if Tonson does in fact, you know, end up making their cell, and very strong chance it'll look better than the KW cell. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Then there's the Teen Gohan Super Saiyan 2. So for this, of course, I have the head sculpts pre-ordered, so there's that. And this is very simple. Just put those head sculpts on the 3.0 Teen Gohan body. Of course, I'm currently customizing my 3.0 Gohan body in order to like get rid of the hip flaps and make it look just more seamless. So that is a work in progress. I wouldn't want to make this animation or anything until I complete that project. So yeah, so this is a very simple one though. Just those Super Saiyan 2, you know, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan head sculpt and face sculpts and stuff on the 3.0 Gohan body, right? Very simple right there. Now for this one's a very complicated one. Like I have a lot of options to consider. This is of course future Trunks with his jacket, short hair, Super Saiyan, okay? Option 1 is just to use the unofficial Trunks that I have and just animate with that. It has Super Saiyan and base form, but the base form only has like what, one face sculpt, right? So I could just use this, or I could actually put the DF Trunks head sculpt on this body because they'll probably look a bit better than the, you know, these ones over here. That is another option. Or I could, oh, let's not show that one yet. Or I could put the use the legs from this one with the upper body from the DF one with a cloth jacket, because I feel like the upper body of this one looks kind of weird. Like the elbow joints look kind of weird, so it doesn't look perfect. And I think the DF upper body looks a lot better, but I don't know whether the DF upper body can work on these legs or not, you know. So I'd have to probably test that out or see someone try that out or something. And I think that the cloth jacket, like, because the Tonson Trunks figures are so buff, it really is like, it's a very close fit, you know. It doesn't look like, it's not a very natural looking fit, I think, depending on like how you have it posed and stuff. So I think this would look a lot better on a slimmer Trunks body, which would be like this, like the DF upper body here. So basically combining the legs from this, the upper body from DF, and this cloth jacket, I think would make a pretty solid, like, you know, 3.0 Trunks, future Trunks figure. And of course, I wouldn't want to use the DF lower legs because they have those abominable hip flaps that I cannot stand. So moving on, the final possibility for this is something that is not really replacing the other options, but basically you would replace the head sculpts, like the DF head sculpt or the unofficial head sculpt. Recustom recently showed that, well, it was revealed recently by, I think one of the toy stores, one of the online stores posted this image, and it's Recustom working on a Trunks head sculpt that actually looks very similar to the actual like anime or manga kind of style. If they make this with like that super light, palish, whitish yellow hair and stuff, this will look really solid, I believe, right? So I could potentially use that head sculpt on this, on whatever combination of, legs or torso or whatever, and have that be my Super Saiyan Trunks head sculpt. But I will say, like, this is going to be like very, very anime style or manga style or whatever. So it wouldn't really necessarily fit the aesthetic of Raging Blast, like, because Raging Blast doesn't have like the exact same art style as the anime or manga. So there's that to consider, but I mean, I'll have to decide. Because not every head sculpt is going to match like every video game, even if it's not recustom or something. So yeah. Next we have Kid Buu. Of course, I have the Taunts and Art Toys version A Kid Buu, so this is pretty simple. I have no like, qualms about this, or I'm not thinking about different options or anything. Like, this is just solid. So Taunts and Kid Buu, that is fulfilled there. Majin Vegeta, same thing here. I have the Black Gold Toys Majin Vegeta, which can be used for this, so nothing complicated about that one. Then we have Frieza 4th Form. So this one is kind of interesting because I have the SHF 4th Form Frieza, of course, that they released. Wasn't the first release of that like in what, 2011 or something? It's like a really outdated figure, okay? They just keep reprinting that same old mold for like almost, probably over a decade now, right? So I do have this, but of course we know that soon, theoretically, right, they're going to reveal a new 4th Form Frieza, which would be the second option here. Now, will I use that or want to use that? It depends on several factors. First of all, it depends on whether it's battle damaged or not. Because if it's battle damaged, then of course it wouldn't work for the Raging Blast intro here because he's not battle damaged. And also it depends on the price. Like, if the price is absolutely just some insane garbage, like, I'd probably be like, yeah, I'm not buying that, So it really depends on two things: the price and whether he's battle damaged or not. If it's not battle damaged and the price is reasonable, in my opinion, then I would probably want to get that and replace this one and use that for the Raging Blast intro instead, right? So we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm recording this on Wednesday, so you should see this video on Saturday. By Saturday, they might have already revealed the new Frieza completely, like shown what it really looks like and stuff. And of course that would change. Well, you would basically see what exactly they revealed and that kind of thing. That would affect this, this plan here as far as Frieza goes. So yeah, they haven't yet revealed it. This is Wednesday, of course. I'm guessing they might wait until Friday or the weekend to reveal Frieza. They've been revealing other stuff, but not Frieza yet. So yeah. Then we have Piccolo. I have the Proud Namekian Piccolo. No problem there. That works for this totally fine. Of course, like, the face sculpts are not gonna like knock your socks off or anything, but they work for this, right, as far as accuracy goes. Then we have Broly. So I do have the DF Broly, which I can use for this just, as it is. Totally fine, no problem there. But I could instead use the TK Custom Broly head sculpts on the DF body, which do make it look vastly better. Like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't look vastly better. I'm just very, very upset and confused as to why they didn't give a matte option, So if I get these, I'll probably I'll probably think about giving it a matte coat to make it look matte hair. I'm not sure if the eyebrows are shiny too. I know the sideburns are, I believe, but not sure if the eyebrows are shiny or not. So if I do get this, I'll probably, spray it with a matte coat, and then I would, use that for, in combination with the DF body for my, the Broly here, okay? And then we have Goku Super Saiyan 1. This one, I have the Marcellus Forever Return from Beyond body. This is the regular Marcellus Forever body here. The Return from Beyond body is a bit lighter colored and stuff. So the Return from Beyond Marcellus Forever body with the recustom Lost Heroic Soul, Bardock, head sculpts, the Super Saiyan 1 version. So that works totally fine to me. And as I said before, if I were to use Kind-Hearted Saiyan as the base form Goku, and then use Marcellus Forever as a Super Saiyan Goku, I don't like how the styles will be different. So since there is no Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt currently available or being made that I'm aware of for Games Begin Goku, then I'd probably want to use the Marcellus Forever body, both for, base form Marcellus Forever and the Super Saiyan right here, Return from Beyond version, right? So yeah, I mean, these head sculpts look pretty solid, of course, very, very nice. And the Return from Beyond body, I think, has even better shading and stuff than the original Marcellus Forever. Then we move on to Super Saiyan 2 Goku. And yeah, so basically the same thing, but with the Super Saiyan 2 Bardock head sculpt instead of the Super Saiyan 1. So yeah, that is my current plan, or my thoughts regarding the Raging Blast intro, what figures I would need, what combinations I could use, and that kind of stuff. As far as stuff that I absolutely need, like I don't have at all, the only thing I think would be Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but everything else I do basically have in one form or another. So theoretically, once I get the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, this head sculpt or whatever, I could animate this intro. So yeah, I could even use the Dragon Star Cell, of course. So yeah, anyways guys, let me know what options you think are best for these things, like the Tonson Cell or the Recustom Trunks head sculpt or the DF head sculpt and that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think about all of this stuff, But anyways guys, thanks for watching and bye for now.